تعالى ونبيه ورسوله سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا يا رب العالمين. At the beginning, shukran Salih for preparing everything for us tonight. Make it easier and very quick. Barakallahu fikum ya Rabbil Alameen. Where is the rest of the people? They're coming or what? Okay, no problem. Okay, this is the Halaqah number 18th with Fiqh Sunnah. Tonight, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're going to continue our talking about the Salah. And let us see what is the topic we're going to start with. Here, حكم ترك الصلاة. What is the hukm of the person who's already not giving attention or not practicing or not performing the salah? Before starting discussing this issue, we have a levels of the people. Yani somebody not giving a real attention because he already careless person. You know, if you're gonna enter his home, you're gonna find everything everywhere. Just for example, if you wanna see if he is in the school or not, maybe you will not make sure he already in the school because you know maybe he was sleeping. He doesn't care. He doesn't care as a character, as a part of his personality. This is a one. The salah coming to this person to make him like a care person. Is that one? Or responsible person. Okay. انا حاولت اتفزلك واعمل كيرلس يبقى كير يعني بس بستعبط انا حد قفل باب الاجتهاد بجتهد هي جوز طب okay no problem you're learning Arabic too but okay don't touch Egyptian man okay the Islam came or the Salah came to make this person a responsible person. Am I right? Okay. But sometimes we need time to have that affecting and somebody doesn't do something and we need him to do it. We have another kind of people. He is really aware about the importance of the Salah and he's really organized with everything else, but he's not giving attention to the Salah specifically. Okay, we need to ask why he's doing that. Maybe he has a bad feedback about the Salah before. Maybe his parents didn't give attention to the Salah too. Maybe he had like a psychological issue, whatever, you know, psychiatric something. Maybe you know he has a friends of him keeping him away from the Salah and so on and so on. With that levels of the people, we can give a decision about حكم تارك الصلاة, the position of the person who's not praying or not performing the salah. Okay, we're gonna say a kafir for somebody who's making sure this is order from Rabb al-Alamin subhanahu wa ta'ala and he's neglecting that salah. He's saying, I don't believe in that. Once we hear that one, I don't believe in that, this person is not belong to the Muslimin anyway. You know, at that time we cannot consider this person as a Muslim because he doesn't believe in one of the command ibadat or one of the orders. We are calling in Arabic ينكر معلوما من الدين بالضرورة. Don't ask me to translate that. ينكر معلوما من الدين بالضرورة. It's for sure something coming from Rabb al-Alamin subhanahu wa ta'ala and everybody knows that and he's neglecting that. He denying it. Correct? ما ينكر معلوما من الدين بالضرورة.
I understood it all except for ضرورة.
نعم.
I understood it all except for ضرورة.
معلومة من بضرورة التكليف.
Even I understand
ضرورة. It's you know something ضروري. It's really important. It's for sure commanded from Rabb al-Alamin subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's required from Rabb al-Alamin subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. ضرور يعني ضرورة فعله لتحصل للعبد النجاة. ضرورة فعله, it has to be to have my release, like releasing my neck from the hellfire or something like that. Okay. I think you study today at the morning الأحكام الأدلة التكليفية. Okay. Get it? فحكم ترك الصلاة. He said ترك الصلاة. I think we finished that by the way.
Yeah, we talked about it now.
We talked about it. Okay.
Really?
This is the brief about all of the issues, and we have a few ahadith, from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just for example, عرى الإسلام وقواعد الدين ثلاثة. The fundamentals of the pillars of the Islam, three. عليهن أسس الدين. The whole deen based on those. من ترك واحدة منهن فهو بها كافر. If you leave one of them, you're going to be a kafir. شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله, saying لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. والصلاة المكتوبة, performing the salah, or the salah in itself. عليها أسس الدين. وصوم رمضان. وصوم رمضان. Now, we're going to say, what about the zakah? Is the zakah one of the pillars of the Islam?
Yes.
Why the Prophet Muhammad didn't mention zakah here in this hadith?
Because not everyone is required to give it, even in the pillar itself. And there are some people who are below
The requirement.
I forget the word, but the requirement, yes.
Yeah, sure.
It means the Prophet Muhammad sallam not talking about the fundamental or the essential elements of the Islam. He's talking about something else. He's talking about the purifying or developing or like clearing the personality of the Muslim in itself. And he talked about the issue really connecting with each one of the Muslim community. But if we're gonna implement the concept you already use right now, we're gonna say not everybody required to have a soul too. The majority of the Muslim community. But imagine, okay, if you're gonna have like stay 1 week in Ramadan, okay, in a tower facing O'Hare Airport or DFW Airport. How many airplane gonna go like on in and out? كم طائرة تهبط وتصعد? How many in 1 week?
Hundreds.
Are you sure
Thousands.
hundreds? Are you sure hundreds?
1,000.
The 100 happen every single day.
Yeah.
Yani every 2 hours you can count like 50, 60. You cannot even count them. Something coming in, something coming out. Subhanallah, it's unbelievable numbers. If you look at that in Egypt, in Jordan, in wherever, Muslim community and non-Muslim community, you're gonna find a lot of travelers during Shahr Ramadan. Did you get my point here?
Yeah.
If we're gonna say the salah, by the way, the salah, you said salah. What about the women during her period time? And how many one not performing the salah right now in this moment in the whole Muslim community or the whole world? Just for example, it means once the Prophet Muhammad did mention one of the pillars of the Islam, it means we have something else. Yani we can look at something else. My goal right now, not kicking the people out of the deen because a kind of shortcoming. As long as it's a coming of shortcoming, we don't need to kick the people out of the Islam and telling them that, because they will not come back. They will not come back. Got it? Imagine if you're feeling yourself like ignored in your home. You're gonna love to leave it. Even your home with your parents and your dad. What about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? But by the way, we need to differentiate between the discipline and they don't need you anyway. This is الفرق بين التأديب وعدم الرغبة في وجودك. Got it? Yani sometimes we're being serious and really tough with our children, not because we hate them, but because we are disciplining them. What is Yusuf? Okay. الله يعينه يا رب العالمين. Okay. فhe said صلى الله عليه وسلم شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله. Okay, I can understand that. والصلاة المكتوبة for everybody. وصوم رمضان. Why? Because we cannot be better without all of them. We have some excuse sometime because we don't have enough amount of money to give the zakah, and we cannot go to the Saudi Arabia to perform our hajj, and so and so. Anyway, من ترك واحدة منهن واحدة فهو كافر بالله ولا يقبل منه صرف ولا عدل وقد حل دمه وماله. Wow, it's a big one. But by the way, ذكره المنذري في الترغيب والترهيب في نهاية الحديث حيث رفعه عن ابن عباس. حيث رفعه عن ابن عباس. حيث رفعه عن ابن عباس. What is the authenticity of this hadith? What is the authenticity of this hadith? Is that hadith صحيح؟ رواه أبو يعلى بإسناد حسن. أبو يعلى وذكره الهيثمي في المجمع، وفي رواية أخرى من ترك منهن واحدة ذكره المنذري في الدار. We're not seeing like البخاري or Muslim or one of the الكتب السنة السنة. نعم. Okay. بإسناد حسن. الحكم على الحديث والحكم على الإسناد. We have a different. By the way, when we talk about the blood of the person, we're talking about killing somebody. When we talk about kicking someone out of the deen, do we need a hadith ضعيف?
No.
Or we have to have a highest level of the authenticity of the hadith? You know what I mean? This is part of أصول الفقه when we talk about it إن شاء الله الرحمن سبحانه وتعالى in the future. Okay. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى أمرت أن أقاتل الناس حتى يشهدوا أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة فإذا فعلوا ذلك عصموا مني دماءهم وأموالهم إلا بحق الإسلام وحسابهم على الله. وحسابهم على الله عز وجل. Look at this hadith. What did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? أمرت أن أقاتل الناس. What did the meaning of أقاتل الناس? I don't know. حبيبي,
Go against
the Arabic my language. And I know the meaning in Arabic. How can you translate أقاتل الناس? What is the real meaning of this word? أمرت أن أقاتل الناس حتى يشهدوا أن لا إله إلا الله.
I guess struggle against.
Yes. Struggle against. I like this translation. I'm sorry. I like this translation. What kind of struggling the Prophet Muhammad going to have? The only way to achieve the people at that time, subhanallah, just going to them to convince them. If they're not accepting, hey, here you go, get out of here. At that time, you're going to say, no, don't deal with me like that. You know, I'm strong enough to force you to open the door for me yes. I am strong enough to fight you to open the door until reaching out with the people inside. Okay. My humble opinion, I'm just thinking like Allah Ta'ala, I believe in the thawabit, alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ma indi shak. But if the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has in his hand email address,
No.
if he had,
He has
what is the best way he could use to spread the da'wah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you think he would riding his camel or horse to go far away from here up to so and so and so? It's just for example. If he sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to use like an Instagram or a Snapchat or like a Facebook page or LinkedIn or if he had that, do you think he could use it? For sure. Why not? Alayhi salatu wasalam. It means it would make the whole world like a global world, a one village, as we are describing the whole world right now. Did you get the point?
No.
It means when I look at uqatil الناس at that time, I'm not raising my sword, to hit the people. Get out from here. If you will not pray right now, I'm gonna. It doesn't make any sense. Da'awiyan, and it's against a lot of another adillah. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. For sure, the alamin has somebody not praying, and he's still rahmatan for them. For sure, the alamin. Imagine when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هو الذي خلقكم at the beginning of Surah Al-Taghabun. You're gonna help me. هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم مؤمن ومنكم كافر, right? Oh, really? Is the kafir at the beginning? Are you sure? You think? Come on, this is Quran يا عمي. Come on, man. هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم. Imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, خلاص كافر. It's again open the Mus'haf. Don't worry, man. I made it intentionally. Here you go. Stop. هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم. Who's talking? Allah. He's saying, هو الذي, Allah created you. فمنكم كافر ومنكم مؤمن والله بما تعملون بصير. Got it? Imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by himself said the kuffar, they're going to be before the mu'mineen. Imagine. Because of what? Because the majority of the people, they will not be a mu'minin. وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُم بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. Okay? And we have another ayah telling no, أكثر الناس
وما أكثر الناس ولا حرصت بالمؤمنين.
just for example. وَمَا أَكْثَرُ النَّاسِ وَلَوْ حَرَصْتَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. What does that mean? The majority of the human beings, they will not be a mu'minin. We still have the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as the mercy of all of those people. What kind of mercy he has with his sword? Just for example. Unless he's protecting themselves from themselves. Did you get the point here?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do, we're not saying a kafir for everybody because he's just not praying. What we need to do, one of the people came to Imam al-Ghazali and he asked him, ما حكم تارك الصلاة? ما حكم تارك الصلاة? Did you get the question? ما حكم تارك الصلاة? What he answered him? قال حكمه أن تأتي به معك إلى المسجد. قال حكمه أن تأتي به. Just convince him to come with you. What are you looking for? He's a kafir. He's going to be in the whole fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will يشويه على الجنبين. Why are you looking at the punishment of the people? Look at the other side, and how can you convince the people to be more closer to Rabbil Alameen subhanahu wa ta'ala? Got it? We have like two attitudes dealing with this issue. Some of them getting really strict, and they have their excuse, by the way, because they're seeing the deen going out of the hearts of the people, and they are trying to force the people to come back, but forcing somebody to do something, not giving the good results, by the way. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. Anyway, فمسألة القتل يعني the issue of قتل or killing the people because they're not praying, I think we need more authentic hadith to give us a decision about that. Got it? Otherwise, we're going to keep dealing with them, I don't want to say nicely, but wisely. Got it?
Is the hadith, did we say it's da'if or hasan?
I didn't say that.
No.
And so we need to make sure the authenticity of this hadith. أنا بقولها صح الكلمة دي؟
Yeah.
Authenticity. It has a مد نص حركة at the beginning. Authenticity.
ما الفرق بين الإسناد الحسن والحديث والمتن الحسن؟
They didn't find a problem in the chain. But when we say this is hadithun sahih, we're talking about the full package.
So the meaning of Qatil, that's what he's trying to, don't want to take that.
Okay.
It's going to be a killing.
By the way, I'm sorry, akhi. When we say hadithun sahih, we have no problem with the matn and we have no problem with the sanad. Okay. Over here, من ترك منهن واحدا فهو كافر ولا يقبل منه صرف ولا عدل وقد حل دمه وماله وقد حل. Not with everybody. Not with everybody doing the same mistake. Because some of them gonna make it intentionally and some of them making just like a caring less, and some of them didn't learn yet. Some of them didn't realize the importance of that kind of ibadah and so on. So صباح الخير. Still here?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
dry.
Sorry?
My eyes get dry.
No problem. وعن أم سلمة أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إنه يستعمل عليكم أمراء فتعرفون وتنكرون فمن كره فقد برئ ومن أنكر فقد سلم ولكن من رضي وتابع. قالوا يا رسول الله ألا نقاتلهم؟ قال لا ما صلوا. You know, they consider, and this is Rawah al-Muslim, they consider the A'imma like the leaders of the communities, the rulers. You know, we're going to consider them Muslimin as long as they are praying. Okay, or showing they are praying. You know, they are acting like a prayers. By the way, just for example, that leaving the prayer is a crime. Am I right? It's a problem. But is it more danger than killing the people?
No. يعني you're bringing danger to yourself, I think.
يعني leaving the salah, is that danger or most danger more than killing the people. Just for example, eating their monies, giving ضرائب and so and so, giving the people hard time with a lot of issues. You know the يعني الرعاية الصحية اللي مضروبة ب60 صرمة قديمة. الرعاية الصحية like a health caring. You know, go to any hospital now in this moment. Okay, let us decide we're gonna finish our class and going to visit so and so in a hospital anyway. You're gonna هتلاقي حباية تراب هناك، هتلاقي ممرضة مش في مكانها، هتلاقي السرير مش مترتب مش نظيف، هتلاقي دكتور مش موجود، هتلاقي واحد راح للمستشفى وقالوا له اطلع بره مش هناخدك علشان ما معكش فلوس. You're gonna find somebody going to the hospital and say no we'll not accept you because you're not a rich person. You're gonna find that in a disbeliever country. Just for example, you know, I'm not putting the ibadat down, astaghfirullah al-azim, but we have a full package of the Muslim, the real Muslim. We need to decide who's going to be a Muslim or not with a lot of things coming together. I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala going to reward those people in the dunya and giving them the rights in here, and hereafter they will not find all of that and so as the non-Muslim people. But at the end of the day, when we talk about the crimes, we need to like differentiate between which one is bigger, which one is more danger. Anyway, خلاص. We're gonna leave this point. صلاة الصبي. صلاة الصبي. الصبي, the young person. The young kid. Yes. صلاة الصبي. Okay. الصبي. الصبي, he's not mature yet. You know what that means? He's not mature yet. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلاة الصبي. والصبي وإن كانت الصلاة غير واجبة عليه let him come and sit. Okay. إلا أنه ينبغي لوليه أن يأمره بها إذا بلغ 7 سنين. يعني الصبي the young person. الصبي the young person. الصبي he is a young person. الصلاة it's not commanded him or for him, right? But ينبغي لوليه, وليه like his guardian, has to asking him or her to pray when he achieve or reach 7 years. Got it? ويضربه على تركها إذا بلغ 10. I'm sorry guys, it was a long day. ويضربه على تركها إذا بلغ 10. When he reach 10, he's supposed to give him hard time or her because he's not praying yet.
يضربه here he means specifically hitting. Is it specified what kind of hitting? Like you know the hadith about
مش هضربه بالجزمة يعني.
لا بس there's like a bunch of rules for like
احنا we have a bunch of rules of the ضرب in itself.
like
you know
نوع علامة something like that.
بص القلم اللي بتاخده على قفاك من ابوك ده out of the context of Islam اصلا. يعني مش تبع الدين خالص. يا ابوك هو بيضربك ده موضوع تاني خالص ما تسألش معايا. فده موضوع من ايام الجاهلية الاولى، من ايام ما كنا فاكرين زمان يعني. فيعني don't count the Islamically action. Got it? لكن this is between me and him. Don't worry about that. خلاص ما تترجمش، ما تفضحناش. استر علينا، ربنا يستر علينا. خلاص بقى. اوكي. فالشاهد في القول ان مسألة الضرب يا عم الحاج، مسألة الضرب في حد ذاتها لها قواعد مستقلة. خلاص كده؟ فلا تضرب الوجه ولا تقبح ولا تضرب بما يكسر عظما ولا يقطع لحما ولا كذا. وحتى الضرب لا يكون في موطن يتأثر فيه الإنسان بحيث يؤثر فيه بعاهة أو يعني أنت لسه هتسأل انجز. نتكلم بعدين
حاضر.
ان شاء الله الرحمن.
That's in the book أكيد،
The
صح؟
best thing was Salih is saying حاضر done. فإذا قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مروا أولادكم بالصلاة إذا بلغوا 7 واضربوهم عليها إذا بلغوا 10. But now Talha is 10 years old and we're gonna hit him because he's not praying. But how come he's not praying up to 10 years while his parents praying in front of him 5 times a day? How many years?
10 years.
10 years. You're gonna count just for example. Let us do that. This is 5, okay, by 30. Okay, let us say 5 by 365
Times 5.
times نعم
times 10.
times 10.
Yeah.
It's giving me
Because we're not calling 10s. I mean,
10
we
years.
realized it when he became to 5, right? Before that.
No,
No.
he's saying what, at
From
10
the
years old-
beginning, the child, even in his womb,
Uh-huh.
you know, he's realizing what's going on around him.
Okay, I see.
Once he's gonna come out to this dunya, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahumma ameen, you know, he can notice the voices. You know, even if the dark place, once his mom saying khalas, done something, saying something, he's gonna be quiet. Once he's hearing the voice of his mom, even if she's not talking, but she brought him to her like heart or chest or something like that, he's gonna be okay. He realizing. Am I right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we have a number here, 18,250. Imagine somebody saw his parents praying in front of him 18,000 times and he's not praying yet. Does that make sense?
No.
Once we are hitting somebody because he's not praying, wallahi, we're supposed to hit the parents, not the parents,
The kids.
not the kids. This is my philosophy of the issue. You know, he said, "Muru awladakum bis-salati idha balaghu 7." Suddenly they're gonna ask him to pray. But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking to the parents before talking to the children. Don't let them, you know, how can I say it? Don't let them have nothing about the salah, have no idea about the salah, have giving attention to the salah, you know, but let them know that, let them do that. Got it? Yeah, imagine when the little child coming to his mom and grabbing her clothes and she's covering herself, or coming to his dad in the masjid and going up, you know, what is that kind of struggling? And in a while, he's playing with his dad, just for example. In a while, once his dad saying Allahu Akbar, he's sitting down because he knows he's gonna be busy. He will not deal with him until Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You're gonna find the rat coming over here. Chombi. What happened? He knew. You know, once this is a sign of being free from that action. He doesn't know what is that, but he knows what's gonna happen during that specific time. نعم يا شيخ.
One question.
اتفضل. ليش one؟
Just one small bit.
انجز يا ولد.
Is it specifically 7 years? Or is it يعني هل الأم
فهمت أنا فهمت.
just 7 years?
والله العظيم فهمت. والله العظيم. I swear والله العظيم
I know
فهمت.
you understand.
والله
I
العظيم
was
فهمت.
practicing for myself. Chef.
والله فهمت. يا بس. طيب خلاص بقى محدش يضحك خلاص بقى احنا مؤدبين. طيب صلوا على الهادي المشين. We can say that يا صالح. We can say it's a specific number, 7 years old, because a different kind of realization starting at that time. Or we can say this is a kind of metaphor the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave about the realization in itself. Okay, we have a concept calling, maybe we're gonna find it over here, concept saying الصبي المميز. How can you translate this?
Special.
What?
Special.
No,
Gifted.
not المميز. No, it's not المميز. المميز. He is already عاقل. الصبي العاقل.
Like who?
المميز هو الذي يميز بين الصواب والخطأ. He can
Oh.
differentiate between the right and wrong.
Rational.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Rational. That's something that
I didn't know.
Sure.
Brother Muhammad, come in. Did you pray?
I pray.
خلاص. You have a seat here.
Like wise? I don't know.
A wise person. A wise child.
Yeah.
الصبي المميز. الصبي المميز. أخي الحمد لله على السلامة. تفضل. الصبي المميز.
Mature, better.
The mature. That's good. The mature person. The mature صبي. Boy or girl. Okay. We are talking about this one especially الأحناف يتكلمون عن إمامة الصبي المميز. Can we give him a chance to be imam or not? Yeah. He realized what's wrong, what's right, how he gonna start, how he gonna finish. If he can make a mistake during the salah, what are the results of that? What is the consequences? And what is the meaning of kafara?
Expiation.
Expiation. Okay. خلاص كده؟
Yeah.
And he said صلى الله عليه وسلم مروا أولادكم بالصلاة إذا بلغوا 7 واضربوهم عليها إذا بلغوا 10. Okay, we said who deserves to be hit? وفرقوا بينهم في المضاجع. وفرقوا بينهم في المضاجع. Don't let them sleeping together in the same bed, in the same غطاء. How can we say it? Like a blanket. Okay, don't let the bodies touching each other, because this is the seeds of the problems in the future. You know what I mean? Imagine the Islam is planning for the straightforward from the early beginning. Did you get the point?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
That is because of like they're gonna think about something else, or
The desire starting talking. Either astaghfirullah, they're gonna start practicing something together, or they're gonna start to practice it outside. But they're gonna start thinking about the issue. Okay, as long as we have like a decent clothes and a decent place and so, we have no problem. We're not saying a haram. And this is one of the دلالة الألفاظ. خلاص كريم. عدد الفرائض التي فرضها الله تعالى في اليوم والليلة 5 فرائض, and he gave the dalil of that. And now we are talking about مواقيت الصلاة. Okay, مواقيت الصلاة, the times of the صلاة. للصلاة أوقات محدودة لا بد أن تؤدى فيها. We have a specific time to perform each one of them. Has a particular time, right? Why we cannot pray all of them at the end of the day, or bring all of them at the beginning of the day? نصلي مقدما.
each one of them they have their own.
Why?
It says
It mentioned the surah, Surah
Mhm.
the Fuqadai.
Okay, you have your son has the full Quran in his mind.
Right there.
It's right there.
I just read it.
In the surah that kind of
Come on.
They're spread out with wisdom between the day.
Each salat they have their own wisdoms, they have their own reasons.
For being at a time.
Salat like Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Zuhur, each one of them they have their own. If I'm mistaken or not from this side.
Because it's said before between the salahs,
Yeah.
your mind is
Because
not.
we keep saying Asr is like something special.
Yesterday, and maybe yesterday or before yesterday, after Isha prayer, the day before yesterday, I was talking about momentary, momentary.
أيوة.
يعني لا ليس momentary. Momentary. Okay. We talked about momentary emotion.
Huh.
What does that mean?
You said it in English.
Momentary emotion.
Okay.
What does that mean?
مشاعر المحلي.
Okay, yeah. Explain to me what does that mean. Give me a definition of this expression.
Like emotions that happen quickly, like response.
It's as if like you wake up in Fajr and then you have like the energy throughout the day. So we need something to humble you between. Like,
Let us focus about this point.
the word.
What is the meaning of momentary emotion?
Momentarily means like right away, just like in minutes.
I'm sorry.
And in minute where you are right now, where you're standing,
Mhm.
that is momentarily action or momentarily
Emotion.
emotions. When it is
يعني emotion going up in a minute
Shape.
and going down in a minute.
Emotion, short period of time.
Short brief
Period
of time. Okay, got it. Okay. If I'm gonna pray in a minute, or even if I'm gonna spend 1 hour in the salah, I'm gonna be in the highest level of piety. But I'm gonna leave that feeling 24 hours, to do whatever I want. My emotion getting down because it was a momentary emotion. Okay. Because of that, we have all of that salawat during all the day. Got it? And subhanallah, I hear that, but I'm not sure. You can correct me, or telling me you're wrong. Each part of the day giving the human being a different of feeling.
Yes, this is right.
Am I right with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes,
But
yes.
the time of Fajr is giving you feeling, the time of Dhuhr, the time of Asr, the time of Maghrib, the time of Isha. And by the way, the imagine, okay, I saw that, Wallahi al-Azim. I was feeling that literally when I was driving, like keeping the whole night and the whole day. Do you remember that? I have my friend here. We went together from here to the first one. We went to Maryland. Maryland, from here to Maryland, and the second trip it was to New York, New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, and New York.
Oh, so you drove with him, okay.
Yeah. Okay, and imagine you have like 26 hours, more than 1 year. I'm sorry, more than 1 day, full day, and seeing every single part of the day and night. You have a different feeling in between. You find yourself moving from this level to this level, coming back, down, up. Wallahi al-Azim, like that. Okay, the feeling at the time of sunrise is completely different with the feeling of the time of sunset. Anyway, when I talk about مواقيت الصلاة, the specifically or particular time of the salawat, it means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose that times because it's gonna be touching the heart and the soul in a second, and we don't wanna miss it. Imagine you are getting an antibiotic every 8 hours, and you're getting your antibiotic after the time, like 1 hour more, 1 hour after, or 2 hours after. It's gonna give the same results? No. The same thing with the salawat. Once we're gonna pray on time, you're gonna feel the reflection of the salah in your heart. Did you get the point here?
Yeah.
Do we need to continue talking about this issue?
Yes, I think I have a question for this.
تفضل.
I know each salat, like they have their own time because of the leading of Allah. So as you say, is that okay to pray one time the whole rak'ats in the morning or in the evening?
What do you mean?
What I mean is like some part of the peoples, which is I heard about it. Hey, the salat is like 17 rak'at a day is being recommended by Allah. So I prayed in the morning, I'm good. I pray in the evening, I'm good.
We are in a freedom country.
Mhm. So
You can say whatever you want. Welcome to America. Did you get my answer? It's their words. They can say whatever they want, but we can say this is wrong or right. This is our decision. This is our opinion. I'm sorry, it's not our opinion. This is the rules of the deen or not. Did you get my point here? Okay. Inna الصلاة as our brother mentioned, Inna الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. What is the meaning of موقوتا here?
At appointed times.
At appointed time. We cannot even change it. Because of that, you're gonna find some scholars saying if you miss the time of the salah, you cannot even recap it. Imagine we have that opinion of some scholars said if you miss the salah, especially intentionally, you will not being able to recap it unless if you have a valid excuse. What is the valid excuse? I'm traveling. I'm collecting the two prayer together. I'm sick or I was sleeping. Like a reasonable excuse. Okay. إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. يعني anyway, I don't want to go deeply with this point. With forgetting. Okay. أي فرضا مؤكدا ثابتا بثبوت الكتاب وقد أشار القرآن إلى هذه الأوقات. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said أقم الصلاة طرفي النهار وزلفا من الليل إن الحسنات يذهبن السيئات. And he said أقم الصلاة لدلوك الشمس إلى غسق الليل. During all of that time you need to.
24 hours.
Yeah. But we have a few things here. Okay, let us يعني pass all of that. This is وقت الظهر وقت كذا. You can read it for sure. But we have three kinds of the priority of the time of the prayer every single time. We have وقت وقت الوجوب. When the salah gonna be obligatory.
Each salat.
Each salah. I'm talking about each salah in itself. وقت الوجوب, and وقت الاستحباب and وقت الكراهة.
Okay.
What does that mean? At the beginning of the salah, this is the time to pray. خلاص, this is the time to pray and مستحب أن تصلي في هذا التوقيت. And we have وقت الكراهة, to postpone the salah, to delay up to the end of the time of it. Did you get it? Here you go. I said, okay, I'm sorry, I missed that one. وقت الفضيلة. وقت الفضيلة and وقت الاختيار and وقت الجواز بلا كراهة and وقت الجواز مع الكراهة and وقت العذر. This is a good point to study. فأما وقت الفضيلة, وقت الفضيلة is like a recommended or the priority time, whatever. And وقت الاختيار, choose the time. And وقت الجواز is permissible with disliked. وقت الجواز without disliked. And وقت الجواز مع الكراهة is permissible but disliked. And وقت العذر, you have excuse. Okay. فأما وقت الفضيلة فأول الوقت, the best time to pray at the beginning of the وقت. ووقت الاختيار, the choicely time, يمتد إلى أن يصير ظل الشيء. It's a period time up to like, I don't want to say like a middle of the time. I don't want to say the part the specific portion of the time, but at the beginning of the time, like 1 hour, depends on the time. There's just, for example, how long time between adhan al-fajr and shuruq al-shams? Like sometimes 1 hour and a half.
Now let us say in this time 6:10 the fajr will be start, and the sun will be raised by 7:20.
It means we have 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. 1
Am
hour.
I right with that?
Yes.
Okay. What about وقت الفضيلة? وقت الفضيلة. How many minutes? Okay. What about وقت الكراهة? How many minutes? Unless if this is the decision from the imam to pray at that time, and you're performing the salah with the imam. This is the fadila time because this is the salah with the imam. And especially with salat al-fajr, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, كان يسفر بالصلاة أحيانا ويعجل بها. كان صلى الله عليه وسلم sometimes praying the salah on time, salat al-fajr specifically, and sometimes delaying the salah up to before, like a little bit before with salah khuruj al-shams. Why? I cannot. Usually, I'm asking that question. Why? Why, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Why you did that?
Trying to show the people both of them is possible.
In my humble opinion, I'm thinking, just imagine, what is the longest time between the Fajr and the Shuruq, and what is the shortest time between the Fajr and Shuruq in the period of the time during the year? This is the winter time, summer time, and so on. So, got it? Depends on the situation of the people. Just for example, I saw that when I came here to America, to find the people going to work 7 o'clock. And already we have Adhan al-Fajr 6:20. They have to be in their work 7 o'clock. When they want to go from the masjid? 6:30. It means we have 10 minutes to pray. Can I postpone the salah?
No.
At that time? If that makes sense?
Yes.
Can I postpone the salah and letting the people missing their time with the work?
No,
No,
I'm gonna keep them in the masjid.
no.
You're gonna stay over here.
no.
I am and the imam over here. You're gonna lose your work. I'm gonna be happy. Okay, when you're gonna be fired.
I'm gonna pray by myself and go.
Got it? But we already have the adhan al-fajr is 5:30, you know, and they're gonna go to work 7. If I'm gonna pray 5:30, they're gonna go back to home and maybe they're gonna lay out, maybe they're gonna miss the work. See, I made the Salat al-Fajr up to the end of the time because of their benefits. By the way, the Imam working based on the benefit of the people.
Yeah.
He's designing his work based on the benefit of the people coming, his clients, his customers. Did you get the point يا طلحة؟
Yes.
Okay, anyway. تأكيد تعجيلها في اليوم الغيم. بكروا بالصلاة في اليوم الغيم فإن من فاتته صلاة العصر فقد حبط عمله. All of that, you're going to read it in Shah Rahman subhanahu wa ta'ala, but all of that coming to say what is the best thing for the people. Based on that, we can understanding why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to pray al-Jum'ah at the beginning of the time and at the end of the time. And where is the scholar getting the idea from? The idea about praying al-Jum'ah even before the adhan al-Dhuhr. You know what I mean? They used to pray in the hot weather during the highest level of the
Intensity of the heat.
of the heat. Okay, nobody can stay in the masjid 5 minutes. Because of that, he made it as much as he could, alayhi salatu wasalam, as sooner as he could, alayhi salatu wasalam. You know, in the different time, can you stop that? That calling. In the different time, we already have a good weather, we have no problem, and so and so. Got it? But Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah, I think my permission from home it was up to 9:30. Maybe because of that, she's calling.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't her? Okay, ماشي يا عمي. شكرا يا عمي. صح.
Sally becomes a good girl.
Oh yeah, he knows everything about me. Okay. إن شاء الرحمن سبحانه وتعالى. بسم الله الهادي يا رب العالمين. We have وقت العشاء يدخل بكذا وينتهي بكذا. نعم.
What's the way?
الغيم like foggy weather. الغيم the foggy. Am I right? الغمام. Okay. استحباب تأخير صلاة العشاء عن أول وقتها. استحباب تأخير صلاة العشاء عن أول وقتها. He said والأفضل. It's better. It's not commanded. It's better. تأخير صلاة العشاء إلى آخر وقتها to delay the صلاة العشاء up to the end of her time. خلاص؟ وهو نصف الليل as he mentioned here. لحديث عائشة قال اعتم النبي ذات ليلة حتى ذهب عامة الناس حتى نام أهل المسجد ثم خرج فصلى فقال إنه لوقتها لولا أن أشق على أمتي. What is the meaning of اعتم here? أي أخر صلاة العشاء عامة الليل أي كثير منه. What's happened over here?
He delayed the salah.
He delayed the salah up to almost the end of the time.
Which was 12.
Which they didn't know 12.
Like midnight.
The midnight.
Midnight.
Up to the midnight. Got it? Up to the midnight.
The third night of evening. That's what he said.
Okay. And he said sallallahu alaihi wasallam now.
If you like
Final third
fall
night
asleep
of
on
evening.
accident and you wake up in like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., can you still pray Isha and it's not late?
We have two opinions about that. We have two opinions about the time of the Isha especially. Some of them said up to the mid of the night, and some of them said the time of the prayer up to the second time of the next time of the prayer.
So
From the adhan up to adhan.
Hmm.
Got it? Because of that, some of them said the time of the Isha up to Fajr time. Got it? فقال
This is going to, oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. This is going to be work only for the Isha or the rest of the Salah too, like,
from the adhan up to adhan.
mhm.
Okay, but we have a different priority of the
Yeah.
times. وقت الفضيلة، وقت الاختيار،
Yeah, obviously,
وقت
yeah.
الاختيار مع وقت الإباحة مع عدم الكراهة، وقت الإباحة مع الكراهة.
And then if we got reached like before the second,
And then
let's say we prayed.
Why
for
you doing
example-
that?
No, I'm just questions right here. Let's say the sun raised times like 7:18 or 7:20,
Mhm.
and then you wake up 5 minutes before.
Brother,
I'm just
once you're saying I just wake up, we have no question, because you just wake up and you made it immediately.
Mhm.
The question
But
not working
the,
here.
The what is like the
The-
salat
the-
after the sun raised, there is no
The,
salat.
the question gonna come and be valid when I say I am in the masjid or in my work or whatever, and I'm watching the time of the salah. I'm just watching a video or be busy with something and delay postpone the salah without a reason. Once we have a valid reason, a reasonable reason, we have our excuse, even if we're gonna collect two salawat together.
Gotcha.
Now, got it?
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
فهي said here إنه لوقتها he said salam إنه لوقتها لولا أن أشق على أمتي. He said صلى الله عليه وسلم, this is the time of the salah, but I don't want to give my ummah a hard time.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna ask you a question over here. تأخير الصلاة, to make it delay. Okay, what about the people? Just for example, the salah over there is 10:50 p.m. Okay, what about New Jersey? Sometimes.
Shit, I saw it in Vancouver.
Uh-huh.
11:30.
بالهنا والشفا.
I see myself too. Yeah, he's right.
11:30.
Yeah.
And what is the time of the Fajr?
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Shit.
Yeah. I went to Alaska last December.
Okay, Alaska.
Alaska last December. I prayed my Maghrib 10:20 p.m.
أيوة.
and the Isha is coming 12:10, and my Fajr is coming to 2:45.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. Do they do hijrah for Ramadan?
And then I don't.
He said they're gonna make hijrah during Ramadan time.
Ramadan is long.
It's like 20 hours. You just have to
And
leave.
then-
Because of that, we have a specific ahkam about Ramadan in these areas.
Really?
طبعا, for sure. يا ابني, the ibadah didn't come to give the people hard time.
And then vice versa also when it's come to the winter. This happened December. I went to there.
Okay.
Fajr, like the sun is going to be raised 10:20 a.m. in the morning.
10.
Move it over there.
The Fajr.
إيه الحلاوة دي.
So that is the sun. I don't know how they're going to get the hukum, like the time prayer, Fajr,
Hmm?
but the sun is a show. You said 10:20.
Allahu
It's
Akbar.
going to be, and then guess what? Maghrib
Is-
is going to be like 2:45.
سبحان القدير.
You have to spam all of your
سبحان
salat,
القدير.
like,
سبحان من
2
هذا
hours, 3
ملكه.
hours.
You're
سبحان
gonna
من
see
هذا
no
ملكه.
light, you will see it like this.
سبحان من هذا ملكه.
Subhanallah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Like making the salah early or late, it's gonna be depends of the benefits of the Muslim community
Mhm.
in the place they are praying in. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يصليها بغلس أو كان يسفر بها صلى الله عليه وسلم. Okay, النوم قبلها والحديث بعدها. This is the adab of صلاة الفجر, and please read it. أن وقت صلاة الصبح يبتدأ الصبح من طلوع الفجر الصادق ويستمر إلى طلوع الشمس. استحباب المبادرة بها, we need to make it as early as we can, unless if we have a special benefit of the Muslim, they already praying الفجر with us. إدراك ركعة من الوقت. من أدرك ركعة من الوقت, this is the common thing between the whole salawat. If you catch one rak'ah from the salah before the other adhan, before ending the time of the prayer, of that prayer time, قبل فقد أدرك الصلاة. You already reached out. من أدرك ركعة من الصلاة فقد أدرك الصلاة, as the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم said. حكم النوم عن الصلاة أو نسيانها, let us discuss that next time إن شاء الله سبحانه وتعالى. جزاكم الله خيرا. بارك الله سبحانه وتعالى
So
فيكم. السلام
yes,
عليكم.